Hi, I'm Dawn Arruda with Ross Real Estate, and today we're going to talk about do's and don'ts of buying a home. What I'm going to start with are the don'ts, and the reason I'm starting with the don'ts is because the don'ts are actually going to help you with the do's. So the first thing I'm going to tell you is don't start the process until you have found yourself a real estate agent that you trust and a lender that you trust. And those go hand in hand sometimes because as real estate agents, we have preferred lenders that we like to use. So first thing, get a trusted real estate agent and then find a trusted lender. Lenders have programs that can benefit first-time home buyers. So please do ask about if there's any grants. This is money that you don't have to pay back. So ask, what programs do you have for my specific situation? The next thing I'm going to tell you is that you don't want to make any big changes in your life as you're going out looking for a home. And by big changes, I mean all of a sudden you get that really great job and you're going to quit your job midstream in the middle of buying a house. You don't want to do that. If you do that, you could end up sacrificing the purchase because you won't qualify. If you think that you have a job opportunity that you might be looking at taking while you're in the home buying process, have that conversation with your lender. Sometimes they can ask for some verification that allows you to continue with the process, but please ask your lender. The other big change that you might not think is a big deal is buying a new car, or even buying a used car, or buying some other very large purchase. The reason that affects you is that when you apply for a loan and a pre-approval letter to go out and look for a house, you're basing it on the bills and the income and the ratios that you have at that time. If you mess with the ratios by purchasing something that's very large, it will affect your debt to income, and that will definitely affect whether or not you qualify for your mortgage. So just try to remember not to make any really big changes without at least going to your lender and asking them if it's okay. The other thing that you don't want to forget, and you want to have this discussion with your real estate agent, is to remember there's other expenses besides the house you're purchasing. You might have an HOA, you might have a condo, you definitely are going to have homeowners insurance, and you're going to have closing costs. These are all and the inspections and things like that. These are all the expenses that you have to keep in check when you're purchasing a home. They don't go into the qualifications of the loan, but they're funds that you're definitely going to need to spend. The other thing is the insurance that you have on your house. If you're buying a house with a pool, your insurance is going to be more. If you're buying a house that's really old and it's got an old roof, the insurance company might have a little bit of a problem with that. So always make sure that you budget in the other items that you're not expecting. And your real estate agent should be able to keep that in mind when you have a sit-down talk with them. The other thing that I want you to really have a big powwow about is what are the expectations. When you're sitting down with your real estate agent, really know what you expect and what you expect from that agent. You can talk to us about all the different things that you might have a question about, and we have to keep it to ourselves. And that's a wonderful thing, because you having trust in your real estate agent will make the transaction of purchasing a home something that's going to be really wonderful. And one day you'll look back and think, wow, it's great that I had so much trust in my real estate agent that we could find our home. Whether it's your first home, your second home, or the last home that you're ever going to buy, it's important to trust your agent. So sit down multiple times if necessary, talk about neighborhoods, talk about purchase price, talk about the process, because the language that we use is not always the language that you're going to understand. So if there's something in that contract you don't understand, ask your agent to talk to you about it. These are great things to have before you go out searching, because once you're in the thick of purchasing a house and putting in offers, that's not the time to ask the questions. The time to ask the questions is before you get started. So remember, don't start until you find your trusted real estate agent and your trusted lender. And if you have any other questions that you'd like to ask, I am happy to answer them. Just give me a call, 540-729-6740.